Okay. So, hi guys. I will be your host today for this one run. And yeah. This is Tak the Great Juju Challenge. It's a game about a boy and his friend running around and such. But yeah, the timing starts as soon as I hit new games, so I'm just gonna count that down now. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. Thanks. Anyway, the premise of this game is that there's a big tournament and you have to win, and it's pretty self-explanatory. And this game is full of skips. Right here, I'm skipping some dialogue by entering the save menu and exiting it. That's a little thing you can do. I mean, it saves a whole bunch of time, so we do it. And there's a cutscene trigger which I slammed into. If you do a slam move into that cutscene trigger, you will be able to move around when you're not supposed to. And yeah, it's pretty simple. And hi there, everyone. Hope you'll enjoy the run. But yeah, right now I'm going to do a skip. And what I'm going to do is No, I messed it up. I haven't done the skip in ages because it's actually, you know, an outdated skip. But you jump up here and you run along. It's pretty easy. Like I just said, it's outdated because there's a much faster strat that we do. But I'm not doing it in this run because it's really hard and I just don't want to risk doing it. So yeah, you get tagged to do that skip, and then you get locked to do it. Yeah, this is the thing that makes this game different to the other two games. It's a co-op game. You get to play as two characters, Tak and Lock. Before you could only play as Tak, but now you get to play as, you know, Lock as well. Put it simply. There's a whole bunch of tech in this game, which I'll explain over time. But I'm gonna explain. But first, I'm gonna explain pause buffering because that's one of the most important things in this game. So when you do a slam move, the game usually locks you to land in a certain position. But if you pause the game while doing a slam move, what will happen is the game will let you move and keep your momentum, even though you usually can't do that. And that is very useful. And you usually can't do that. So that is something you'll see me doing a lot. And there's another thing about pause buffering. Now I'm playing on the Xbox, so it's fast load, but this is actually kind of important. I am using a PlayStation 2 controller, or more specifically a PlayStation 1 controller. And the reason for that is because the start button on the Xbox Controller S is in a horrible position. I mean, unless you literally have two left thumbs, or you're really comfortable holding your controller in a weird way, what you have to do is you have to move your thumb off the analog stick and then press the start button. And that makes you lose distance, and it's just really bad. Yeah, that's going to happen a little bit later on in the run.
Hold up there, Tak. I got your back, big fella.
But yeah, like I said, I'm using a PlayStation controller because the actual controller is horrible for this game. You can't pause buffer properly and it hinders you quite a bit. Now, I don't think that is as big of a problem with like the Duke controller, but the problem with that is that it's a Duke controller. So yeah, just use a PlayStation controller if you run on Xbox. I mean, this isn't a problem if you run on PlayStation 2 or GameCube, but then you have the disadvantage of slower load times. So yeah. And most other people run on GameCube. So there's a little skip here, pretty tough. I hope I get it. Yes, I got it. Now what I did there was that I threw Tak while I was in the air, and I threw him to the next section of the level. Normally you'd have to play through the level a bit and you'll eventually get there, but you know, I managed to skip that by throwing Tak over there. Now I'm gonna kind of explain that more. All the levels are loaded into one area, to put it simply.
up there, Dak. Call me if you need me.
And some levels are very closely connected, so you can just do a little skip to skip a level. I've pushed log a bit further back. But yeah, right now I'm trying to do a thing called ghosting. Basically, how ghosting works is that if you switch characters and the second character is far away enough from you, you can clip through certain walls, which skips you having to open them.
Can't light them. Don't worry, Dak. It's nothing a little poop dust can't fix.
Yeah, I hope everything I'm saying makes sense. I am talking quite quickly, but you know, it's quite hard. This game was made before the TV show. They made like 3 TAC games, and then they made the TV show and the awful 4th TAC game, which is completely terrible. TAC 1, 2, and 3 are really good games, but TAC 4 is horrible, to the point where it shouldn't even be called TAC 4. Yeah, this game came out before the TV show. But yeah, normally you use a rhino to break all those thorns, but you can just jump around them. So that's another little thing. There's just so much to explain, and it's so hard to explain in this run. But yeah, here's the final section. Gotta kill a bunch of rockers. We only have to kill the ones which come out of these grey things. Normally we have to destroy the grey things as well, but not for this one level. It's really weird. Yeah, attack for Guardian of the Cross. So yeah, you kill those guys, you can go through there. And that positioning I use for attack and lock saves quite a bit of time, so that's pretty useful. So here's the next level, Temp of Light. This level also has some interesting, neat skips.
Did you just see something move in that sand? Bye-bye! Can't hurt an enemy unless you hit
So this bit's pretty simple, you just gotta kill this guy.
We need to hit the jewels.
And yeah, the characters are kind of explaining what you're supposed to do. But that's not completely relevant.
Wait there till I give the word.
I'll wait here.
So yeah, one of the things I love about... Okay, the next thing I'm going to explain is extended mana jumping. So you have this run button called mana, run around and jump. Well, if you let... I'm going to explain this now. If you let go of the jump button just before you're about to jump, and then you hit it roughly midway through, and I do mean roughly, you'll gain extra height. And as you can imagine, this is very useful, because it allows us to make jumps we normally can't. It allows us to do sections where we're supposed to have tack and lock, but we can now do it with one character only. And it allows us to make big, long jumps as well as big jumps. So yeah, it's a very useful tactic, which I didn't know about when I first ran this game, even though it technically existed and it was known about. And here's another funny thing about this game. I got world record in this game a week after I bought it. Literally. I'd never played the game. I saw some runs, I'm like, hey, this is cool, maybe I should run this. 1 week later, got world record. So that was something, and I believe I've kept it since. So yeah, that's a neat little story. So we have to fight another one of these guys. Not the most exciting thing in the world. Just gotta wait for this dude. And then run into him. Oh no! I can't believe that just happened. But it did. But hey, there's nothing I can do. Just gotta let it happen. Yeah, that's the thing. No one really runs tag games. There were like 2 runners before me when I first picked up this game. So here's an example of me using extended mana jumping. I'm supposed to use tack to bring this thing up, but I can just extended mana jump, slam, do that. Tack and lock with different slams, as you can see. Lock's slam is good for giving him height, which allows him to make high jumps, while tack's slam allows him to make huge gaps. So both characters have, you know, very different slams, which are both very useful in their own way. So now I'm going to do this thing called elevator skip. Normally we'd have to go along a long elevator, but we can skip that. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to throw tack up here so he grabs on. We have to switch the lock before tack grabs on, otherwise the game will let you switch characters, and then you'll be stuck there. Sort of. But yeah, you light this torch and you keep tack hanging until it goes all the way up. And once it's all the way up, you can make this large jump. And then you can go down here, make this little jump, and you're done. That saves a whole bunch of time because the elevator is very, very slow. And yeah, another thing about this run is that even though this game is heavily co-op orientated, due to the extended mana jumping and all the skips, we can skip a lot of the co-op elements. Which also eliminates a lot of CPU RNG, because that is definitely a thing that exists.
It's powerful magic. I'm sure we'll have to complete the chant before we can go on.
Oh, are you kidding me? It actually went down there. Here's a little mini game. You just hit the right buttons pretty easily. Doing it fast is kind of hard, and thanks for the good luck, boss. See, you can jump through here. Just ghost. I mean, I think I've explained every trick so far, and if I haven't, I apologize. But I think I have explained all the main tricks I'll be using for now. There's a couple more things that will come up later in the run, but I think everything important for now I've explained. So yeah, now here we'd normally need to use that chanting stone, but we can use extended mana jumps to skip it. There are a whole bunch of chanting stones in the game, but you can skip a lot of them. So that's that bit done. Pretty simple. This next section's mostly the same, except we use tack, because he's nice and quick. And we don't have to make any huge jumps, which tack can't make. Both characters also have their own special abilities, like tack can swim and lock can climb up vines, for example. And we've seen tack swim before, and we're going to see lock climb vines in this later on in this level. So stay tuned for that. That's a little jump you can do. It's kind of an annoying jump. And this is an annoying ghost. But you know, you can get through it. Tack looks a bit weird because he's clipped into a wall he's not supposed to be in. My execution in these minigames has gotten a lot slower since I last properly ran this game. To be honest, it's been a while since I last properly ran this game. This is my first proper full run in quite a while. But this level also has a weird property which I didn't explain. You know those things that spawn those rocker enemies? Well, for some reason in this level, if you do a slam attack in front of them, they'll die in one hit. It only happens in this level, and I don't know why, but it does. Wow. Okay, I missed a jump, and then a rocker came out of nowhere and hit me. I forgot to hit that one. Oh my goodness. But yeah, as you can see, when I slammed that previous time,
Follow up point right there.
I got your back.
but when I slammed on the, you know, stump thing, I couldn't move. And that times if you don't pause buffer, you can't move when you land from a slam. Unless you pause buffer. So right now, Lock will be taking the spotlight. Normally we'd have to do a whole bunch of stuff with Tack and Lock, but we can skip all that. Oh yeah, another thing I should mention comes in the form of, you know, being able to, you know, slam in the middle of a jump. So weird thing in this game is that normally when you do a double jump and glide, you can't slam afterwards. You just can't. If you do a full glide and you try and slam, you won't be able to. But if you let go of the glide before it ends, you can slam anytime you want. This is, of course, very helpful, as it allows us to make some jumps we normally wouldn't be able to make. Now, one thing you do have to be careful with in this run is mana. Because sometimes you run low on mana, and when you have no mana, you can't mana jump, you can't run, you'll move slow. Simple as that. That was me using glide cancelling to get over there. That was an example of me using glide cancelling. Glide cancelling is a lot more useful with Tack since you can go fast easily with that. With Lock, you mainly use it to make big jumps you normally can't make. Put it simply. And now we're coming to the final part of this level. Now, in the run, this is the longest level in the game, excluding a certain level which we'll get to later at the end of the run. But in the run, this is the longest level in the game, and the reason for that is because there's just no major skips to make it a lot quicker. Like, the level is full of skips, which, I mean, you could definitely see. But despite that, there's nothing major, nothing huge. And there's no major segment skips, you just go through the segments very quickly. You can kill that enemy fairly easily. And that's the end of this level.
Congratulations, team!
Now we have the proving grounds. The best part of this run. I'm joking, this part's awful. If you guys need to go to the toilet or get a snack or anything like that, go and do it. Because this is literally a 3.5 minute auto-scroller, which if you fail, you have to do all over again. It's the one part of the run where there are no skips or tricks or any of that.
Watch your back. Take that.
Yeah, when it comes to actual skips and levels, some levels have significant skips, skip significant portions of levels. Other levels, such as Castles Hill, they just have little skips where you skip having to use co-op. They don't really skip major portions of the level. Other levels are like that, though. There is something I'm going to explain about the, proving grounds, and that's the fact that for this first proving ground and the second one, the Black Mist are forced to lose. Like, the game has programmed them so that they cannot win. Like, either you lose or they lose, pretty much. How the game programmed that is that if they score higher than the person who's in third, it won't count. So they won't get any points. So as long as you're not in third, it's okay. It doesn't matter if you're in first or second. As long as you're not in third, you're safe. Because when you're in third, the black mist can get ahead of you, but when you're not in third, they can't. It's a weird little property. And it's for story purposes, because in the story they lose, but they cheat, so they don't lose. Yeah. Yes, that part of the run is the worst. Everyone hates it. Everyone. I do have a strat which makes it kind of easier, but it's still stupid. Still extremely stupid. But we'll get to the last one when we get to the last one. But after every world, you have to do one of these, and they're annoying. And the last one especially is awful. Because you have to win 3 rounds in a row. And if you lose just one of them, you have to win all 3 again. And it's definitely caused contention in, you know, speedrunning this game. Which of course isn't very big, but still. So as you can see, I'm ages ahead of the Black Mist. They'll never catch up. So I'm pretty safe. And you'll notice I'm using the red car. There are 4 different cars you can use, but I'm using the red one. Yeah, that's totally relatable, because that's what it's like in casual play. It's not as bad as speedrun once you kind of learn how to do it, but still stupid. Not only someone said tack, but you're watching tack right now. The next level is Kiribiro. This level has some neat little skips. I don't think there are any major section skips. I mean, there kind of are, but not really.
There's always a catch. Hey, I bet I could break some of this.
You're supposed to hit a switch attack, but you can just extend the mana jump up here. It's really easy, but I missed it twice, so yeah, just take my word for it. It's easy. And that's easy as well. But I missed it because I'm bad. And I missed my mana jump, I think. And this jump is also a pain as well. I hate this jump. I don't know why this jump is just painful. And these little rockers make it even worse. They're pretty much dogs. But not a good dog, they're annoying dogs. I'm not even sure how you meant to blow those up, but you can jump over them and slam over them. It's easy. Yeah, I did a whole bunch of skips. Normally you'd have to save a gorilla, do a bunch of sections, and all that sort of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in this run, and it's hard to explain every single skip. That's one of the reasons why I love this game as a speed game. Like, every level has some sort of skip. Like, this game has exploits and all that sort of stuff, and it's just great. Because every level has skips, man. Except for the Proving Grounds, and they need skips the most. And that's just the reason why I love speedrun this game, because the only other game I've run which truly has that sort of diversity in the amount of skips it has are the Ratchet games. Every other game I played, there's some slow moments. Oh, I messed that up. I didn't jump on the right thing. Over there is a thing called a recipe card. You can use them to get recipes and upgrades. So you are supposed to go over there. I just went over there. What was that? I don't even know what that was. I've never seen that happen before. Oh, why am I messing this up so much? It's easy. I'm gonna miss it again. There's a whole bunch of stuff you're normally supposed to do, which I'm skipping. It saves a lot of time, and it's not as hard as I'm making it look, either. Come on, I didn't make it up there? Fine. Can't make this jump, but it's kind of finicky. And there's another little skip you can do, which is also kind of annoying. You can jump on the edge of this, and then jump off it, and get up there. Normally you need lock, but who needs lock when you can do that? Really hard skip. Best platform's Xbox. Because of load times and such. Although, if you're playing on Xbox, you do not want to use a standard controller S. And the reason for that is because of the pause buffering trick. You can't pause buffer properly with controller S. So it's best just get a PS2 controller adapter and use that. I don't think there are any version exclusive skips. I think there is one skip in the game which is easier on Xbox, but I'm not 100% certain on that. PS2 is the worst because of long load, extremely long load times. But you can skip cutscenes in GameCube. You can do that. Definitely. So here's a little skip here. It's not that quick, but hey, there's no reason why I shouldn't do it. It is still a little bit faster than not doing it. So that's why I do it. Now this level actually is a pretty significant skip, which skips 2/3 of the level almost. Pretty much. Saves a whole bunch of time, but it's really hard. I mean, I had a consistent setup for it, but I'm kind of rusty, so I might miss that setup. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully I'll get this first try, but if I don't, it's no big deal. Yes, I got it first try. Now, basically, as I said before, some levels in this game are interconnected. Or I think all of them technically are. And this is one of those levels which is clearly interconnected. And for some reason, the portal to the final room is right below that swinging part. I have no idea why, but it is. And you can take advantage of that and skip a lot of the level. Quite a hard jump. With a lot of practice and some memorization, you can get it down, but it is pretty tough. Tac 2 is faster on the GameCube, so is Tac 1. But this Tac 1 and 2 are better on GameCube, but this one's better on Xbox in terms of speedrunning. This is another one of those levels which doesn't have any major skips, but it does have a whole bunch of little skips. Just one of the things I love about this game, just all the little things. Yeah, there's no Xbox version of Tac 1, and the Xbox version of Tac 2 is slower.
Look, hold up there.
Oh, that's fine. Go on without me.
Thanks, good luck, Chris. Ooh. I don't know how that happened. I don't think I jumped. Yeah, PS2 is slow for everything, sadly. And that's one of the problems of PS2 speedrunning. Like, your game is either faster on PS3 or Xbox/PC. Depending on the game. This is TAC 3, and I'm not on PS2. I don't even own the PS2 version. I mean, I technically own this game on PlayStation Network, but yeah. Yeah, like the one thing PS2 is good for is PS1 games. PS2 is good for PS1 games, but for PS2 games, it's not good. Yeah, the world record for Tac 2 is on PS2 because the world record holder that game isn't willing to pay the money needed for a week. Which is fair enough. We can see where he's coming from. You can skip that fight, but I don't know if it's faster or not, so I didn't.
Got a bad feeling about this.
Should have done it anyway because it looks cool. I don't think you can skip this fight though. Although you might be able to. But hey, I can't remember, and I don't know. Now, a nice thing about all the pedestals in this game is that you can ledge grab onto all of them, so you don't need lock. Come on, please get through. Okay. The lock is completely useless in this level. Which is funny, because back when I first started running this game, I thought that lock was the only way to play this level. Yeah, you'll have an advantage, definitely. This section is really annoying. Because of these spinny guys. And the little spiky guys as well, which kill you in 3 hits. It's really annoying. Now that first guy is a consistent pattern. Like there's a consistent way to deal with the first guy. I hit him, but I didn't jump. Which sucks, because that would have been incredible if I got him. This guy, as far as I can tell, spawns completely randomly. Okay, he's dead. He's dead. Ding dong, he's dead. I don't think emulators are allowed with TAC games. But that shouldn't stop you from at least learning them on emulators. You just can't submit at times.
Congratulations, team!
Yeah, pretty much every game in the TAC series is faster on one console than the others because of load times, pretty much.
Oh. Ready, set.
Yeah, as a casual game, TAC 2 is really good. Speedrunning wise, it definitely has its problems, but as a casual game, it's pretty cool. so I'm in first now, so I don't have to worry about going into last.
Don't make me get out of this car. No one does that to me.
So yeah, once again, if you guys need to go take a break, go ahead, because this is very exciting. But we'll be back in like 2.5 minutes.
The lock felt his brain shift on that one.
Oh, I'm sorry, young man.
Surprise!
Yeah, me too. I miss the old days of 3D platformers when anyone could make a 3D platformer. And it could even be good, even if you weren't expecting it to be good. I mean, those days have changed now. The only platformers these days are like the old AAA franchises, like Mario. And of course, those games are good, but you know, they're not always the best, and
Never seen a head thrash around like that before.
there's definitely not as many platformers. I haven't played any of the new platforms of 2017 except for Crash. So I haven't played Hat Kid, I haven't played Odyssey.
Alright, it's no old bar.
Yeah.
The lock's truly found his calling.
I mean, it's best to use the red car for like the first 3. But okay, so let me explain this. So to go fast, the best thing to do is use the red cars because you don't have to go through the menus to select the car. That's why I use the red car, because you don't need to use the menus.
That's it.
But for the final one, I use the blue car because the blue car is the easiest to use in the final mission.
The blacklist rules! I'm seeing stars.
I mean, I do lose a little bit of time to menuing, but that's it. So that's the main reason why you use the red cars, to avoid menuing. Well, it's not a huge deal, but it's a little thing that kind of counts.
I think they're hip hop by hip hop.
Yeah, I'm done. So that's this one done. Ukulele is definitely a game where I've heard mixed things. Like, I've heard a few people say it's really good, but some people say it's terrible, and some people say it's eh. I mean, Hat Kid, much to my joy, everyone was like, oh my goodness, this game's great. I was hoping that Hat Kid would turn out good, and it did, so I'm happy about that. I didn't pause buffer? Whoa. So this level has some RNG. Locke sometimes dies quickly, sometimes he doesn't die at all. You want him to die at just the right time, so he spawns exactly where you want him. What you want is you want him to die, but after you hit that checkpoint, so that he spawns there. Because then it'll teleport to you, and that's optimal, but it's RNG, so yeah. Wait,
there.
I didn't put the game on the right thing. Well, I've heard a whole bunch of other people call it Hat Kid, so that's why I'm calling it Hat Kid. So So here we're just going to use some ghosting. Now normally you'd need a chicken suit to destroy these, but thanks to ghosting we don't need to do that. But we still need to use the chicken suit. Much like how Locke has a lobster suit, Tack has a chicken suit. He's had that suit since the first game. And if you do an attack when getting into the thingies, you can do attacks. So that's a little thing you can do. Not very useful, but it's fun, nevertheless. The chicken suit, of course, lets us fly and shoot eggs. Yeah. We will see the chicken again later, unlike the lobster. We only see the chicken and the lobster suit twice, and they both reappear in the same level. Although we skip using the lobster suit, the second lobster suit, entirely. So in this section, you're supposed to blow that up and run through the section and not get hit by the wind because it will blow out your feather. And one thing I didn't mention is that if your feather isn't lit, you can't hit torches, and that's fatal because they're not only checkpoints but also flags to let you continue on in the game. So you want your feather. Oh no! That's dumb. Game wouldn't let me double jump for some reason. Okay, that's better. And this skips a whole bunch of stuff, so yeah. Not much to say there. And here we're going to use Locke's slam attack. I can't hit this thing, dude. And that's the only time we ever use that attack. Like, we never need it anywhere else. But right there, we need it. So for some reason you can hit this guy once when you're not supposed to. It's weird. Another thing I'm going to mention is that you have a whole bunch of Juju spells you unlock throughout the game. There's one that's really useful, but we don't get it until the end of the game, so we're only going to see it one level. In NG+, it's a lot more useful since you have it throughout the whole game. And yeah, there are 3 main categories of this game, plus co-op variants, 80%, 100%, and NG+. In any percent, you just finish the game, simple as that. Nothing to say really. In 100%, you collect all the recipe cards and get all the upgrades, basically. And in NG+, you get to play through most of the game, except the tutorial and the Proving Grounds. So we don't have to worry about losing the run to extremely stupid RNG. And you have all the upgrades as well, and all the Juju powers, so that's also pretty nice. So this next level is pretty simple. Out of all the levels, this one has the least amount of skips. This is the one that's the most normal. It's pretty short, and it's mostly just climbing a big vine. There's not much to say about this. Keep falling off. Yeah, there's not really much to say about this level. You just climb up vines, really. You gotta look out for where everything is. Just gotta memorize the pattern of the level. So that nothing dumb happens. Oh, I fell off, so I can't do my normal skip. Well, I can. You can just jump up there, easy peasy. You can also go through the thing, but I didn't. There you go through here. And you've already reached the final section of the level. This level was definitely not the most exciting, but it is pretty easy. Considering that there are a whole bunch of really hard levels in this game, it's a breath of fresh air to have an easy level to just chill with. If you're not careful, then something really bad can happen. Like, that could have been kind of bad, but... Hey, it wasn't... Oh, man, that's dumb. Let's get back up here. Still better than Proving Grounds. At least it's better than the Proving Grounds. And I ran out of mana, that's fun. So I just gotta mash the mana button just to slowly get my mana back. Didn't really work. Sometimes you run out of mana, sometimes you don't. And that's that level done. Next up we have another short level, Ambush Grove. Normally this level's really long, but there's a pretty big skip we can do to skip the whole level. And with some practice it's pretty easy. And it just got easier and easier over time, TBH. We just found easier ways to do it, and yeah. So there's an invisible slope here which you can run down. You can jump off that slope, and you've reached the final section of the level. Good job. Then we can use an extended mana jump to get up here. Nearly missed it, but I didn't. And then we can use another extended mana jump to get up here. And then we have this section. Oh no! Oh, please tell me I got it. No, I didn't. Oh no. If you kill these guys quickly enough, you will actually skip some stuff. If you kill all these guys quickly enough, the portal will spawn early. You're supposed to kill 4 waves of these dudes, but you can skip that. But I messed it up. Which I don't usually do. This is terrible. I haven't messed that up in a really long time, so it sucks I messed it up in this one run. If you do one cycle, it saves a lot of time.
Congratulations, team!
So here we have the third
It's our turn to choose.
Proving Grounds. Again, if you guys need a break, this is the perfect time to do it.
Set, go!
This time there are only 3 opponents. And that's because the Grammar Zones were kicked out of the event. And if you played the game, you should know why, but in case you haven't played the game, they cheated, basically. They used some sort of enhancements to make them better, and when that was discovered, they were kicked out of the event.
I call that the tack attack.
That's something.
I'll show you.
Come on, they seriously got that? There's also a weird camera glitch that exists in this level. Sometimes when you die, the camera will infinitely clip out the level. It doesn't usually happen, but it can happen. It's a weird little glitch. It's most interesting when it happens when you die literally as the time runs out. much like the, you know, previous levels, the Jibber Jabber cannot cannot get ahead of Black Mist. So if you're in first, they cannot go to second. So if you want to be in first so that they cannot catch up. And of course, another thing about this game is that each of the teams chooses a specific car normally. The Black Mist chooses the blue car, the Ground Zones choose the green car, and the Jibber Jabbers choose the yellow car. And I haven't explained this already, but each car has its own special attribute. So the red car's an all-around car, the blue car's the fast car, the green car is the strong car, and the yellow car is the defensive car. To put it simply, I should be okay, but you never know. Sometimes the collision detection's stupid. Like, sometimes you hit an enemy and you score no points. Other times you don't even know how you scored points. I mean, I swear that the Jibber Jabber hit me, but somehow I scored? Yeah, that was an example of scoring actually being in my favour. And I won that because I wasn't in last. Next up is Ghastfall. Now, in my PB, I made a huge mistake, and that was definitely my biggest time loss in the run. And this level has a pretty big skip in it.
Wait there till I give the word.
That's fine. Go on without me.
And when I found the skip, I was so hyped. Like, it was so exciting to find the skip, because this level used to be pretty annoying in the past. But then I found a skip which made it super easy. So we can go through here. That doesn't skip the whole level. That just skips a fight. So now we get the chicken suit again, and we're going to use this chicken suit to fly over the whole level. So what we're going to do is we're going to fly over here. This lets us fly to the end of the first part of the level. We're not supposed to be here just yet, but we can fly over easy peasy. Now we're going to fly over to the end of the second part of the level. In the background, you can see a, you know, misty little thing in the background. That's where the second part of the level is. We've got to fly around an invisible wall, and since we've flown around the invisible wall, we can fly to the end. And this skips the whole level, and this level's pretty long casually, so it saves a lot of time. Compared to the old route, which already had a lot of skips, it saves like over 2 minutes, so it's a pretty big skip. So this last bit's simple, just kill enemies. Not very exciting. So that level went alright. So that's good. Didn't go amazingly, but it went alright. So now we have Adobo Crip. This level has a whole bunch of skips. In the first section, we let Locke take it away. There's normally a ton of co-op involved in this level, but we can skip all of that. due to the way lock section is programmed and how lock is programmed. But this section's usually pretty long, there's a whole bunch of co-op stuff you have to do. But since lock can jump really high, we can jump over a lot of stuff. And skip the whole level. Now this jump I'm about to do here, back when I ran this with an Xbox controller, like with the controller S, this jump was the worst thing in the world. But with a PlayStation controller, it's nice and easy. I don't really have trouble with it anymore. But yeah, you pretty much skip that entire section by only using lock. Now the second section, we only use tack. Remember when I said before that there's one special ability you get near the end of the game that's really useful? Yeah, we got barrels now. Barrels are really useful for two reasons. One, we can use them to blow up these little spawners, which is nice and quick, since they usually take 1,000,000 hits. But we can also use them to give us some extra height to get these torches. In this next section, I've got to be careful, and right here is a legendary cutscene, which I'm going to skip because speed. But there's basically a rap battle. But there's basically a rap with farting. To put it lightly, we can jump over there. Easy. Oh no. Yeah, we can use pause buffering on these enemies as well to, you know, reduce the recovery frames and to slam. When we use pause buffering and we land, we can immediately do an attack out of it. Whereas normally, you'd have to wait for the slam to end and then you can hit. And we don't have to kill all those other enemies, so that's pretty nice. Here's the final section of the level. We basically kill enemies and place a lot of barrels. Granted that I do this properly, I shouldn't need to kill those enemies just yet. I just need to do this quickly enough so the enemies don't destroy my barrel. Okay, I'm safe. And that guy does that slam attack for some reason. And there's a weird little glitch in this level which you've seen. Normally you'd have to hit those guys 3 times, but if you're quick enough, you can kill them in just 1 cycle. That's a little weird little thing. Also, if the enemies hit you while you're in your recovery frames after getting hit, your recovery frames reset so you can move again. So that's quite helpful. So here we are, the final part of the run. And it's not fun. It's not fun to watch, and it's not fun to do. So, get your seatbelts, kids. Because this is where we pray to RNGesus. So this is another Proving Grounds, but what makes this different to the other ones is that you have to win 3 rounds in a row. That's right, 3. And it takes 10.5 minutes. And if you lose the last round, you lose all your time. And if I fail this, I'm just gonna call it quits, because it's basically the same as ending the run, you just don't get the ending. So I'm gonna make that clear right now. Because I don't think you'd want to see this for another 10.5 minutes if I lose. And of course we'd be behind schedule if stuff like that happened. So the strat with this is to use the fast car and circle around and hit the little enemies and the big guys when you can. Don't be too aggressive, you want to play passively. If you play too aggressively, the enemies will hit you a lot and you'll lose a lot of points. So you just want to be careful. Want to try and avoid conflict with the enemies unless you can easily hit them in the back. And you don't have the other CPUs to use as a safety blanket. You have to just nail it. Yeah, but the most boring part, attack 3. Did I just freeze my friend? That's bad. Well, it seems like the Black Mist didn't get anything out of it. I normally wouldn't kill those guys, but I just did there. I don't want to jinx myself, but so far, I can see. Sometimes you'll be a ton of points ahead, other times you'll be a bunch of points behind. And you obviously want to be ahead. Well, I'll give you this, the music's good. But come on, it's definitely not as interesting as the rest of the run. That's one of the things I really like about this game, the soundtrack is top notch. Like, Gospel is my favourite song in the game. The music in general is just very good. Sometimes it's atmospheric, other times it's upbeat and catchy, and other times it's epic and grueling.
Oh, you puny.
So yeah, at least for this one round, I've done pretty well. And I'm 100% safe. I was like a million points ahead, or at least had triple the amount of points they did. 40, as far as I'm aware, there's no way to skip the other round. I don't think if you get a specific score, you can skip all the rounds. I don't think that's a thing. So this is a bad start. In the second phase, the enemies plant bombs, which you can run over. And sometimes when you hit them, but not always. I don't quite know how it works, but sometimes it feels like when you run over them, the enemies score points.
Hey, the lock did it back.
This is probably the easiest round to lose. So you've got to be careful. Oh no, I cucked Lot, but now we're messing each other up. Yeah, the enemies cheat, and they make the run, and even playing the game casually,
I'll show you.
much more annoying. That was a cool little jump. Completely useless, but at least I didn't get punished for it. I'm behind now, but that's not that fault. That is not the fault of what happened. Kind of is, because I could have scored more points easily. You just gotta hope that your partner scores a lot of points as well.
That hit aligned the lock spot. Thanks.
I think I'm being too aggressive, and that's kind of leading to my downfall. Boom, I got that. Now this is definitely a lot closer and a lot scarier. And now this... Sometimes... I hate the controls of these cars. Sometimes they are really slippery, and other times they are really stiff. And they often gravitate in their own direction. It might depend on what wheels are working and what wheels are broken, but I'm not 100% certain. Oh no. This is no good. This is not good. Enough. Maybe you'll be okay. No, no, no.
That's it. You're toast.
Oh no. We're dead. We are dead, boys.
I'm sorry,
We lost.
Juju, but you have been eliminated.
We
Don't
lost,
worry. You can
boys.
try again in 60 years.
Ready, set, go!
So we're going to be behind estimate, and that's if we finish this. This is only going to go on for so long, guys. This is a big pain and a huge run killer. And this is the reason why a lot of people like NG Plus, because you don't have to do this.
Who am I? Oh, yeah.
So there's not really much I can say. Like, you just gotta watch and see what happens. But I hope this isn't going forever. Like, we gotta stop somewhere, guys. We gotta stop somewhere. The ending of this game sucks anyway, so... yeah. Oh no, this is horrible, dude. Does this mean that if we won, this would have been... I think this would have been a 109 if I didn't mess up so badly. Or if this didn't go wrong, we've lost. Like, I don't see how we could come back from this. Might as well just give up now.
Hey, the lock made it back.
Knock you in next week. No one does that to me.
Come on, Locke, score more points, please.
That hit aligned the
At least we're doing a little bit better. I say that, and then we lose a ton of points.
I call that the tack attack.
Lost again.
No one does that to me.
Are you puny?
Oh my goodness. We caught up quite a bit. But we still lost.
I'm sorry, Team Poopanunu, but you have been eliminated.
This can't go on for
Don't
too
worry.
long.
You can try again in 60 years.
Seriously.
Ready, set, go!
This is my last attempt. No, if I fail a round, once we pass the estimate, I think I'm just gonna call it quits. That's okay, of course.
Oh, show you.
I think I'm playing too aggressively.
Well, I felt his brain shift on that one.
Can I hit him? Oh, I didn't get the read to hit him in the back. Oh no, the enemy's killed Tat. I mean, Lot. That's unfortunate. You get a gross point advantage if you if one of the enemies kills, if you kill the enemies, or if they kill you. Level, man, is the worst.
I'll show you. Careful, it's a rental.
Oh, dead. Yeah, I do apologize for this being boring, but what can I say? It's the same thing for 21 minutes. Think about this, guys. Quarter of this run was dedicated to this one section of the game.
Another glorious victory for the Black Mist.
Hey, those Finks are cheating.
It looks like we have a tie score. The round goes to overtime.
Ready, set, go!
You can also just sit back, that's another option. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Scarlet Cat. I can't imagine everyone enjoying this. I can't even. It's hard to even find some entertaining commentary doing this. Like, you just gotta watch and you just gotta pray that I don't mess up, that I don't lose to RNG. That's pretty much what happens. Good stuff, Rubik's. Yep. I messed up round 2, and then I messed up round 1.
Darn, I found my blind spot.
So yeah, that was 11 minutes of my life gone. I mean, that does mean you get to see me for 11 more minutes. Which, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's up for you to decide.
Likes it. Beat my dust. Who am I? Oh, yeah. There we go.
Yeah, winning's gonna be good, man. I've only ever ran this game one other marathon. For what I remember, this level went fine. So yeah, this is me. This is first-hand experience of me messing this up in a marathon. And of course, if I usually mess this up, it's like run over, whatever, it's dead. And my PB's good enough for me to, you know. And what I'm trying to say is my PB is good enough so that if I fail this, even the first round of this, it would be impossible for me to PB. Why is the turbo bar blue?
Thanks.
Weird. Now it's the right colour. Strange. So we're ahead for now. Could change, but for now it's fine. I say that and then I lose. But we'll see. Well, Lock died.
I'll show you.
Alright, round 2 is... We're good for the second round.
Oh, what's the matter? Don't like the taste of failure?
So that's round 2 done. Finally!
Glorious victory for the Black Mist.
10 minutes later than I expected, man.
Those guys cheated again.
A tied score again! Oh my, this is so exciting. It's time for sudden death.
Sudden death, boys!
I won't have you using
We're
your
Smash
Juju
Brothers in here
anymore.
now.
Ready, set, go!
We Super Smash Brothers. So yeah, this is the third and final round. From what I've heard, 2-player makes this easier. But I've never done this multiplayer, so I wouldn't know from first-hand experience. But I've been told that it's easier. And if you use just another controller, that would be a co-op run, not a single-player run. Come on, man! No one's scoring anything, dude! If I fail this, I'm just gonna call it quits. Because come on. We're already ahead of our estimate due to RNG. It's like Mr. Speedrun once said, I lost the run to RNG, dude. I mean, I would have PB'd anyway. My PB's a 106. And that was me messing over my best friend and buddy. It scares me when they laugh, but they don't. It scares me when they laugh, because that makes me feel like they scored a ton of points. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they score a ton of points, but other times they score nothing. That's why it scares me.
I'll show you.
Because you're like, did they just score a huge amount of points? Yes, I hit him! I hit him again!
Don't like the taste of failure?
If this happened the first time around, I'd be happy.
Does that to me?
And those enemies can still slam you after they die. That's weird. Right, so just one more minute left. And timing ends once time runs out.
No one does that to me.
I can't really blame this game for lag though. I mean, the game already runs at 25 FPS. So, yeah. And that can't really mess me up here. And it looks like we're completely fine, so I should be able to say time and the run will be over. Right, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time!
Mistry.
Alright,
Heck, you know what the
we're
best thing
done!
about two great warriors
Yes!
achieving a
I
legendary
finished the
victory
run!
is?
So I'm happy that I finished the run.
There's a teeny
Woohoo!
lock sitting in
What
your
time did
brain,
I
you
get?
lucky dog. Well, let's not keep them waiting. Let the
1:19:42.
festive
Not too bad,
now.
considering I haven't run the game in forever, and I messed up the final level and lost 11
Let's not
minutes.
ruin it. Come on.
So yeah,
Just
that
let
could have
go.
been a 108 or a 109
I don't know
if I
what's
didn't
going
mess up the
on.
final level.
Doing great.
And that's
It's a
not too bad.
surprise party.
It's because I haven't
Man,
ran
this
this
is
game
gonna
in
be
forever.
good.
Yeah, this run was fun.
Hey, Jabal,
Had a
you're
lot of
supposed to
fun,
wait
you
for
know,
everybody
running
else
it
to
here.
jump out and yell surprise.
I mean, I wasn't expecting to come back to this game, but since it came in, surprisingly, I managed to do it. So, thank you guys for watching, thank you for letting me participate, and yeah, this was a lot of fun. I will see you guys all another time and enjoy GTA, I believe, is next. So yeah,
At least not
bye
now that
guys, and
we've
all
gone
enjoy
over
your
budget.
day.
But if you really want to party,
This is that once in a lifetime